Hello, everyone. Sorry I'm a little late getting to the party today. I slept in, had a little nap. I had a big. Oh my god! I hope you're all traveling well today. I have a little bit of a smaller canvas here than I did before to make sure I can get all in the picture. There we go. So, how is everyone? I know some of you are in bed in the UK, and some of you are celebrating in Australia. So, what I'd like everybody to do is just take some cleansing. Hello, Samantha. I'm gonna have a cleansing big breaths, and I have some cocoa today. And oh, Australia. Hello, Melanie. Hello, Toronto. I know Samantha's in Calgary. So I was going to ask you if you could all just plop your country's names in there today. You don't have to put exactly where you live in case you're afraid of being whatever, creep. Mm. But the people who commented, I already know where you're from. So, but yeah, so sharing is caring today. Today we're sitting here. Oh, Israel, I love it. Slave Lake, Alberta. Oh, well, I've been up there. I always thought it was like one of the worst names for a lake in the whole wide world. Slave Lake. So, anyhow, USA, yay. Okay, Uluru. Oh, wow. Okay, so let's just everybody think about nothing. So, how we're going to do that to start off with is I like to do this little exercise of centering myself, and it's quite simple. So if you're sitting in a comfortable chair and your feet are at a like 90-degree angle, is that right? Not, is it 40-degree angle? I don't know, 45. You know what I'm talking about. So they're flat on the ground. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just take some cleansing deep breaths. Hold it. And why those are important is just even to do a few of them. Because when we're, before we go to do any art, everybody seems to be all, I'm scared. We don't want to be scared. We're just going to loosen everything up. So we all forget to take big, deep breaths, cleansing breaths. So today, the purpose of the painting is about losing your control, okay? And going inner. It has nothing to do with what this looks like afterwards, okay? So the movements I've been thinking of all day, I've spent a lot of time outside. I actually sat in the earth with my butt in the grass. I found a spot of grass, trees, and I put my butt in there and I just sat there and meditated for, I don't know, probably half an hour, maybe even an hour. It was quite a long time. I felt like I was going to get a sunburn or windburn, but it was very beautiful for me to do. So I asked what I should show everybody today, and it was kind of interesting. So it's not what I thought I was going to do. So if you guys have a dark paint or black paint, that's the one I want you to start with. And because it's all going to be with importance. So if everybody wants to get, oh, Saskatchewan, Chinatoba. You like that, China. So now we're from Chinatoba, Pennsylvania. Yay. Okay, great. Mm. So I'm gonna put black paint on my black. I'm gonna put a little bit of it on there. Okay, get off. See, I already wiped off paint on my pants. So I have pants on underneath my dress. Like to layer here in Canada, in China. Excuse me with the coughing. So the first brush that I'm going to use is, if you have a little one, like uh, like this. It's really the one we used for sticks the other day. If you oh, Brenda says Saskatoon and Calgary. Hey, you sound like someone else I know. Okay, great. So the purpose of this is to let yourself think about a few things while we're putting the motion of the colors on the canvas. So what I'm gonna show you is super easy, and this is what I've been talking about all summer long. So hi Tony. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint a little bit of a little circle here, black. It's not a very big one. And then we're gonna talk about this little black circle. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be a black circle or a dark circle. Okay, there you go. Black dot, the black hole. So what I would like everyone to do is, we have a lot of negative attachments from our 3D world, okay? And the negative attachments where we need to forgive ourselves or someone else, or a circumstance, or what have you. I want you to focus on this little black dot and put all of your negative things in here. You know what? They'll fit. They'll fit. You think they won't fit into this black dot, but they will. So I'm going to put some of mine in there. I like to be a perfectionist. That's a real problem. I have had a crappy childhood. Well, by most accounts, it was not a pleasant childhood at all. That's why I do what I do. And so I put all of my dark memories in focus here. And the reason I do this, and if you have negative energies with your family members too at this time between Christmas, because of all this stuff going around, I want you to put them in this circle too. So if you have to paint a couple or color it a little bit bigger, your circle is depending on how big of an effort you want to put in this circle to surrender it to love, okay? That's what we're going to do every single step we go, is surrender everything to love. So one of my biggest guilts on this planet has to do with a dog. And a dog of mine bit a kid, and then the dog got put down. A horrible incident, and I have extreme guilt over that. And so I'm going to put that in my little dark circle here. I'm not going to make it very big because, you know, through the process of ascension, we've learned to deal with a lot of our stuff. I'm also putting the Dollarama drama in this dark circle. I'm putting my negative relationship that I have with my parents in this dark circle. Okay. So I don't want you to focus on being perfect. I just want you to make the circle as big as you think that circle needs to be. Okay. This is the important part of the painting. The most important part. So I'm going to leave it for a few minutes so you guys can decide how big you want this circle to be. Okay. This is the choices that you're going to make for the rest of the painting. The hardest things that you're going to decide is probably right now. Do I want to make that circle really big, or do I want to make that circle small? Okay, where am I in my own mind? So, yes. So Vicky had a dog that had to be put down as well because it bit a child. So it is a hard thing to go through. Like, I saved the dog from a big, huge litter. It was the second one we got. My husband picked it out. I only wanted actually the one dog. And then later on, he went, I'm going to take my sweater off. Got this second dog the next day. And yeah, let's just leave that story where it is. But the dog was a beautiful dog. And I love that dog. So now I'm going to, oh, that's okay, Dana. You do what everybody needs to do, what they need to do. So this is a painting. This is an exercise, and you can take as long as you want through it. But I'm just going to take some hot chocolate at how big that dark circle is. So the other things you can put in that dark circle is human trafficking, all of your feelings towards that. This is a dark circle of emotion. So that's how big I want you to make the circle. You can do another painting in another couple of weeks and see how different it will be. So, wow, I clean up nice. I literally rolled out of bed, dude. Would braid my hair, so thank you. I love you guys. I just honestly, I have zero pretension about what I look like on here. I was trying to wipe off my makeup from yesterday. So, yeah, my neighbors are talking in the hallway. Who knows what kind of. So, okay, I'm gonna on my find a clear spot. So I'm putting my black away and then getting another color out. Now, this is the fun part. I want you to pick the color that you feel least attracted to. Just the ugliest color. Your ugliest color in the color palette. Doesn't matter what it is. And you guys all know which color I'm going to pick. Because I used it on the canvas the last time. Yay! Everybody's tuning in now. That's great. Fabulous. I had a person tell me they didn't get the notification to my live video, one of my live videos, until about 5 weeks later. So thanks, YT. Appreciate it. So my least favorite color is yellow. This is yellow. Cheap dollar store paints. And I gotta make sure my brush is clean. Oh, I'm gonna get a different brush. I always have paint on the end of my fingers. I'd say the color yellow. Okay, perfect. You're all with me there. And now what I'm gonna do with this, because we've let this, well, I've let mine almost dry a little bit. Try not to touch the black circle if it's wet paint, because you'll get cheesed off it yourself. So what we're going to do is with our least favorite color, we're going to set the intention. And again, please do not take yourself seriously when you're doing these things, okay? And we're going to make it light and love all around. And you can start wherever you want on the canvas. And just make it big. And I was like, I said, I put it down and then drag it up but if you're really good with your hand, do it the other way. And then you can stop. I find it easier to pull it down, but both ways. And you can put however many as you want around. Again, see, not have to be perfect. People would go, oh no, look what you did. Ah. Oh, nice. Eating Indian curry. Yum. I haven't eaten dinner yet. It's 6:37, 6:39 here. So I'm literally just setting my intentions for love. See, look at what I did. Look, black on there. No mistakes. Only happy little accidents. I do something and tell you guys not to do it. I could spend a little more time and wash my brush, but yeah, I don't even care. It's not about, like I said, I'm just focusing the energy on the intention away from the dot and then send the love to the dot. Okay. Forgiveness and love. Okay. Forgiveness and love. We're going to switch colors here pretty soon. Forgiveness and love. Forgiveness and love. You know, we all would have done better if we knew better. Our parents would have done better if they knew better. Our kids would have done better if they knew better. Yeah, really do a lot of black paint in there. I would have done better if I knew better. Okay, look at that big swoosh there again. Forgiveness and love. So this isn't about being perfect or anything, and we're just focusing our intentions. This is all the painting is about. All right, wrapping everybody in. Oh, wrapping gifts. Nice. I didn't buy one gift this year. Unless you count the same thing I get my kid every couple weeks anyways. My youngest kid is 21. So I get him gifts of marijuana all the time. Cannabis. So what's your guys' next least favorite color? I'm gonna just go with I'm gonna do it the easy way, and I'm gonna go to the orange. So here we go. We're just taking the pure pumpkin orange and gonna put it on there. Oh, eggs. Two of these are stuck together. For the love of all things holy. Got the lid. A little shake. It would have been funny if I went all over the. Not really. That'd have been like swearing, unlike Bob Ross. You would have heard some not knowing. Yay! Oh, I love the happy numbers everybody's getting everywhere and everything. So what I'm going to do with orange, we're going to focus on this color is about our solar or wait, right above the red where your kundalini your sacral area. Let's say that while your juju from, we'll just say sexual trauma. This is a sexual trauma for me personally. So I have some of that in here in my negative space. So I'm just gonna start by doing little things away from it because they were like sharp little stabbing pains for me. But I know that they're being taken away because of our new frequencies. So look, there again, I dragged that black through there. Never learn, never learn. So and bring it out further, and you can bring it out however you want. Doesn't have to be straight lines. It's all about just putting a little bit of color, whoops, on the canvas with don't be scaredy pants. Don't be a scaredy pants. So, I felt very vibrant today, so I'm gonna kind of show you through this. I hope it turns out the way I'm wanting it to when it's all done. But I don't have any expectations. That's the other part. This painting is about letting go of expectations. And you see, I'm not even making the colors all. Just don't do anything serious, you guys. This is like pretend you're in grade 3 or kindergarten or whatever it is. Take yourself back to that time when you were just, who do I want to be when I grow up? Who do I want to be? I know that when I'm fully grown, I might probably want to live to be about 888 years old. So a lot of people woke feeling very vibrant today. It was an amazing day for me. I had a meditation outside, I had a meditation inside. I did a lot of surrendering, a lot of forgiving, a lot of just moving through, knowing that the earth is just getting into such a happy vibration right now. I can feel it. I'm also full of joy. But the traveling is making me tired. I'm not going to lie. It's like really making me tired. So, yeah, like the 888. I saw that number 2 or 3 times today. 888. Okay, so we have our orange, and I'm sending it love, love and light. Happy little rays of whatever. So now I got paint everywhere. I was going to scratch my neck with orange paint, but more hot chocolate. Dry for a minute or two. Um, did everybody get sleep this morning or last night, or have they been sleeping? Have you guys been sleeping? Have you been? Oh, it's 2222. Yay! Um, has everyone been nourishing their bodies? Have you been, you know, sending society vibes into the? Oh, nice. I have an 8 tattooed on my chest because I'm an 8 of an 8. Oh, nice. Vicky, your parents didn't own a TV, did they? If you're 8 of 8, that's always the joke I use. Parents clearly didn't own a TV. Mm. I had a nice little brief chat with my best friend's mother, my best friend that passed away, Star, last year. Her mother, just, and she was like, "Oh, this whole thing is a," and I was like, "Yeah, she's lit," because I knew she was lit. Anyways, well, thank you, Sean. I think it's Shawnee, right? You guys make my nights too. So you slept 2 hours, best night of sleep last night in memory. Oh, nice. Sleeping well, very calm. Yes, nice. I love it. Um, wow. Okay, so no, I remember when they got the first TV. I'm 60. That's funny. I just say that joke because my friend Star is, I think she was number 5 of a family of 10. That's what made me remember. Yeah, I was like, man, you guys didn't own a TV, did you? So I like to get a little bit more in happy space as we move along, and you all think this is going to go a certain way, and then I'm going to change it up on you. Don't be scared. So don't be afraid. Where's the tutti frutti or pink neon that I like? Pink neon. So happy I have some of this left. I love the neon colors. They're so hard to find at the dollar store. Never have them, probably because they're just so full of crap and chemicals. So your sister is 5. Holy wow, 5, 5, 5, 5. That's awesome. Um, oh, yeah, everybody's just having a little chat about my Telegram stuff right now, which is cool. So some people on Facebook got a little cheesed off at me because I was posting things where I'm like, yeah, I can believe that in my timeline or whatever. And they're like, have you been hacked? I'm like, holy crap. So, oh, that's cool. Yeah, I have a birthday. I can't say my birthday on air because CPS, if you're watching, you don't need a reason to go, oh, that's who that is. So yeah, you're welcome. Calgary City Police, now known as the CCP Police, the COVID cult police. Yeah, 200. I'm a Cancer, and I was born in the year of a rooster. And my life path is a 3811, which is a spiritual teacher. Weird, eh? So I'm gonna see if this. No, this black dot is still not dry. I'm just gonna take all that paint off of it for a second. See, I don't even need that much in my darkness circle. It's all in how you deal with it. So I'm a rooster, which makes me a real weirdo. If you ever don't know anybody born in the year of a rooster, then yeah, they can be just like roosters. Once we're up in the morning, it's hard for us to get a nap in. Year of an ox, oh yeah. My sister's year of an ox. Stubborn AF. And she's a Taurus. Yep. I still love her. Oh, you're a rooster, Shawnee. Haha. So you know what I'm talking about. They are weird. My best friend's a rooster. One of my best friends. And yeah, so yes, the enchanting rooster. So I'm gonna see if this is dry. So pink is my happy color. I wore a pink grad dress, and that's probably the only time you'll ever see me in like pink, other than the brown with pink polka dots. So, oh, year of a dragon. Rawr. My ex was the year of a dragon. So all the paint. But I am gonna do bursts of swirls out here in a second. I'm not keeping these straight lines very long, you guys. I'm gonna mix things up pretty quickly. Because again, we're not focusing on anything other than love and light and sending love and light into this space and time. Because this is where all the 3D world lives. Right in the middle. So put some big swirls on it in a sec. I'm just gonna put some pinks in here. Because we're not gonna follow any rules at all. It's all about light and love going to all that dark. We're surrendering it all to light and love. Surrendering everything. You know what I'm really excited about, besides the crystalline beds, is the technology for how we're going to communicate with each other. Okay. So I don't think that we're going to use even stuff like this. This is like drawing on cave. This is cave drawing right here. Cave painting. I've even seen these virtual reality headsets where you can paint a picture in 3D technology by using a paint gun and stuff. I think what's actually going to be happening is we'll just have to use our hands. We are going to like be magician co-creators, and people who don't think they're artists will be able to be artists because you can see and then create it. So I think it's going to be amazingly fabulous. I think we can all be awesome, like singers and musicians and things, because that's what we're all superheroes and gods, right? So, how many of you guys had a perfect childhood? I'll wait. How many? How many of you just thought, man, everybody should have just lived like me? I mean, if the Cosbys weren't the Cosbys and we didn't know what we know now, I mean, how many of you guys had good childhoods where, it wasn't corporal punishment and things like that? So I'm going to let that dry for a few minutes. I'm actually going to fan it because I don't mind helping it along a little bit. So one of my favorite stories, yeah, none of us, not even a remotely normal one. Exactly. You know why? You know why we're all here, right? We chose this. We chose this. We chose to have these lives in this dark circle before we could ascend. We chose this life. So, oh, Vicky had an awesome childhood. Parents were pretty well broken in by then. Oh yeah, for sure. That's good. Compared to many, it was not too bad, but very strict corporal rules and discipline. Oh yes. Yeah. The basement. Oh yes, I know of all these things. So when my grandparents, my Oma and Opa lived right beside us, I was 6 years old, and then we moved to Mission, BC. And when we lived beside my grandparents, that was probably the happiest time of my life because my grandma taught me how to cook and bake and everything. Those were probably my favorite memories. And I go back to that house, which doesn't exist there anymore, but I go back to that house in my mind a lot. And the smells of my grandma making roll cooking in the summertime. You don't know what that is. It's beautifully yum yum, deep fried pastry, and you eat it with watermelon. So, oh, you were adopted at 2 weeks old. I've never met any people. Have I known very many adopted friends? I haven't, which was weird because I always felt like I was adopted myself for a really long time. I just thought, who are these people? I'm not joking. Like, who are these people and why did you take me from where I was? That's exactly how I felt until I was, I don't know, an adult. I never really felt like those were my parents. It was the strangest feeling. So I really appreciated my grandma and grandpa because they kind of looked out for me, Oma and Opa. So the tunnels here at our oh wow, that's cool. Yeah, how did you find the tunnels? There's a lot of people who in Calgary who have been around. Oh, it's 3333 now. So who have been around those areas as well. So oh, you moved to I love New Westminster, BC. Moved to Winnipeg when you were 2, Winterpeg. So yeah, yeah, a lot of actually, you know what? I did not make amends with my mother before she passed away. So in 2012, my mom took her life by fentanyl, and she was bipolar and had MS. I don't mind telling people this story. I might piss off people in my family, but I could give two fucks. But 3 years before she passed away, I drove my motorhome from Manitoba all the way out to Rocky Mountain House, and we probably had one of the best conversations that I'd ever had with my mother in my motorhome while we were eating breakfast. I made her a huge, huge breakfast. And we talked about my childhood. We talked about growing up. We talked about her childhood. We talked about a lot of stuff, and then probably about 3 months after that, we had another conversation. I flat out told her, I'm like, "You were a shitty mom. You were a shitty mom." I'm like, "Man, I know it wasn't your fault. I know that because she would have done better if she knew better. Everybody would have done better if they knew better." So, but when I released those words, it was so like, it was like, I don't know, I felt guilt with it, but at the same time, it was necessary because we needed to have that place where we came to, where it was like, you hurt me and I hurt you. And it was fixed after that. But my mom went downhill quickly, and maybe about four, actually in October, the year before she passed away, so October 2011, she phoned my house and she was crazy. Like, and we were living in Manitoba, and she was living in like Alberta. So she phoned my house and my youngest son answered the phone and she's like, I'm dying, all crazy. And I yelled at her and hung up the phone. And the last words I ever said to my mom in October of 2011 were horrible, horrible, nasty. If my kids ever said that to me, I probably would be crushed. But I'd had enough. I'd had enough of all of that. I had to protect my family from that stuff. So about 5 days before she passed away, I knew she was going to pass away. It was weird. I talked to a friend. She goes, "What would you do if your mom passed away?" And I said, "I'd be fucking mad because I know she killed herself." And then that was on Sunday. And then my mom killed herself on Thursday. Like, without an exaggeration, that's how quick it was. So I often wonder if I manifested that in co-created that in my life. No, she has free will. She had choices. And I thank my mom now. And a lot of people don't understand that because from that moment on, within probably 30 hours of my mom passing away, maybe 36, I got Reiki from a friend. And I never had Reiki before in my life. And it changed my entire life. It changed my entire life on how I view energy, on how I see people, on how I feel people, and I became more lit. And I cannot describe it any way other than uh, the frequencies that people can't see or feel, I can feel very deeply on some level, some way. So a lot of the time, I'm trying to figure out if these are my own feelings or not. That's why I don't go in crowds very often or for very long periods of time. So when after my mom had passed away, I became so much more psychic, like crazy. Like I telling you, dreaming the next day happening, or within days, I would say something to somebody and it would happen. So it's all about that time, going back to that time with my mom and learning about, how can I put this? I didn't know then what I know now. And because I know that we're immortal spirits, I am so appreciative to my mom and my dad because my dad was born in Nuremberg, Germany. I don't talk to him now, but he was born in Nuremberg, Germany in 1947. And without that piece of information, piece of key, yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. I think I'm not 100% sure if I would have been ignited the way I was before, if that makes any sense. Or so I've recognized now that I chose those parents. And through my mom's passing into another dimension, I still visit her. So I know that story bothers a lot of people when I say and they say, I'm sorry. And I'm like, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. My mom was going to get thrown in an old folks home. She was going to get her dog taken away. Her whole life was falling apart because of her health. She didn't want it. I would have done the same thing. I understood it, literally. I don't think a lot of people in my family understood the way I felt, but I just like we all have free will. So yeah, and oh, that's awesome. There's after my mom passed away, the week after my mom passed away, my son, myself, my younger sister, and her child, all four of us had the same dream about my mom wearing the same sweater outside the old folks' home where we said goodbye to her. Mm-hmm. How'd that happen? Is what I want to know. So these things are almost dry for me. They're all dry. Now, here's some fun stuff. We can't see these energies. Um, I'm really sorry to hear. Oh, blunts up. Yay. Have a smoke on me right now. I didn't smoke before I did this. Maybe I should have. But it's helpful to talk about a lot of this stuff when we're doing our paintings, and people don't understand um, painting and art through the use of colors is one of the ways that we are going to heal society, believe it or not. This is going to help. It doesn't seem like it's helping because we just looks kind of like a butthole right now. You're welcome. So I showed you all how to paint a lovely anus. I'm just joking. This is what you get when you tune into me. Just raw, real Raven. So because life has had so many turns and twists and turns, and we never had a straight path from A to B. It's 4141 now. We have done a lot of curling and taking our place somewhere else. We've decided that maybe the darkness hurt us, so we made a turn somewhere. And we're like, wow, I didn't expect to go down that road. Didn't know that was going to happen. Didn't see that one coming. So I like to just, you can do it away or in front or however you want. We're putting our turns in our road, in our universe. So in my third eye today, I was concentrating really hard while I was outside. And focusing on what I was going to see with I asked my guides to tell me what I could tell you. Like what can I tell people today? And you know what I saw right after I asked that question is I saw a tiger turning into a lion, turning into a bear, turning into a wolf. That turned into an owl, and then it turned into another wolf again, and then it came back to an owl, and then the owl swooped right towards me, and then I saw a whole bunch of little beings down in this area. Like if I were to open my eyes, I think I would have seen a whole pile of little aliens standing in front of me, benevolent creatures, like they were helping me. It was so cool. So I didn't. I was literally asking for a sentence, like or something to tell you guys, and I got all these animals. It was like just one right after the other. It was so amazing, and I can't wait to take that into a digital form and show everybody. So, of course, we all know what happens is life gets turned upside down. It's not always in the center of the page now, is it? It's not always where we thought we started. So when I'm putting these black curves on, I'm literally focusing on the amount of times I tried to think I was walking in a straight line. I'm going to do this. And it was a shit show. Relationship, maybe. And you can make as many of these dark lines as you want. There's no, if I were to put all the dark line relationships, this whole thing would be dark. I've learned a lot of lessons from my partners that I've chosen. And sometimes I don't learn them until after they're gone. Oopsie. And I don't mean dead. Oh, I feel so relaxed today. Like, I feel like a marshmallow right now. It's kind of hard to put any thought into exactly. I have to be careful what we ask for. Um, it's really hard for me to put any energy right now into negative thought because I'm sitting here thinking of just happy, happy, happy thoughts. So acknowledging that my path, if it wasn't so rocky and bumpy in my 3D life, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you. So I'm really grateful about surrendering all of this right now into love in this painting. And I can't wait until the new universe. Everything that we can see is there in front of us. So I'm going to go outside after this because of the all of the planetary alignment that's going on. I have to walk and see where I can see that. Might have to go walk up Crescent Heights. Samantha. I get a better brush. That's my problem. I'm working with the wrong brush right now. It's bugging me. I'm gonna get a fat brush. Let's make my night go a lot better. Here's my favorite swirly brush that I was using before. Shit on the end of it. Oh well. There we go. Now my life is easier. So you just gotta mix it up a little bit. When life gets too hard, get a fatter brush. Okay. Now you're gonna leave it like that for a minute or two, maybe 5. I don't know, however long you want. And the longer that I paint with black, it's not a negative color because it's going to be necessary to present and show how good the light colors were. Okay. You notice what I've done here is I've covered up a lot of that. So it kind of looks like this electric eye right now. Oopsie. So I'm going to leave that for a few minutes. Just put a few more defining lines on it. Swoosh. Okay, and put that in my water and have some more hot chocolate. Oh, fatter doobie. Oh, I know. I should have had a fatter doobie today. Before my meditations, I always have a really nice smoke and put a little bit of today and went down by the river and just transmuted a lot of energy, and it was amazing. I just so oh, that's sick, Brenda. Yeah, she's just telling a sad story about her um childhood. I'm just gonna wave this dry a little bit. I'm gonna take back, we're gonna do our least favorite color again now. Yellow. Look at how dirty that is. And I'm only gonna do some little touch-ups with the yellow, so we'll see. Oh, it's so filthy. That's what happens when you start with black first. I'm glad you're having a therapeutic time. You have to think about what's triggering you too while we go along, because this is art therapy isn't about the finished picture. It's about what you're thinking about while you're doing it. That's it. Where is your energy flowing? And I want to leave everything on the canvas. I want to be able to look at this later and go, yeah, that's what I thought about. That's what I created. That's what I made. And it doesn't have to be perfect. This is the thing. I mean, this is why it's therapeutic, because you're just letting go. So guess what we're going to do now, you guys? We're going to put a little bit of paint on it. I'm going to take my left hand. No, left hand. And I'm going to make some lines here. I'm going to try and look at that. I turned it orange. I'm just going to paint where I'm not touching the black with my left hand. So use your opposite hand right now, because it trains your brain differently, okay? Trains your brain differently. So this is how I like to look at this paint now with my left hand. I don't have a lot of experience with my left hand doing things that would be as perfect, I guess, with my right hand in my mind. I can dribble a basketball awesome with my left hand, but when I tried to do it with my right hand, when I tried to do it with my left hand, not so good. So the way I'm looking at my left hand right now, and when I did my other painting with my left hand, is I'm training my brain to think way differently than it has ever thought before. And in our 3D life, where our roads were all bumpy, a lot of these things that our curveballs were thrown at us, was because we've been programmed to behave a certain way. But did you know that I bet you in 5D we can use both hands ambidextrously and do a lot of things at the same time? So the way I look at my left hand is, this is kind of my 5D hand I'm trying to get a better grip on. Okay? And now we're going to put lots of love into the canvas. So with all of these strokes that I'm making with my left hand, they're about replacing some of these things with a new way of looking at it in new colors. So I'm just going to add the yellows to it because, again, if it's my least favorite color in 3D, maybe it'll be my favorite color in 5D. Okay? That makes sense? So it's very hard. Don't give up. I feel like I'm 2 years old here painting with my, my right hand, or my left hand, my opposite. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. I love you too. I can't wait. Like, I'm just like, my 5D hand, I'm going to try and do more things with my 5D hand, like brush my teeth, comb my hair, wear even your purse on the other side of your body. Carry your burdens on your other side. Carry your groceries on the other side. You know, try and put, unless you're like handicapped, then don't hurt yourself. This is so awkward. Is everyone doing it with their other hand? And you don't have to be perfect. Look at, you don't have to be perfect. I'm smooshing it on there. Smooshing. It's kind of hilarious. it's hard to, it kind of makes me giggle. There. Because you don't know how much paint you have on your brush compared to when you dip it with your dominant hand. So it is kind of like a kid again. And it makes me laugh. It makes me laugh to do something that you're not used to doing. So even because it's scary in a way, right? So, oh, you had to use both hands. Well, I never got to use both hands. A lot of people who are over 50 something, they weren't allowed to use their left hand. They had to be right-handed. Got smacked with a ruler. That's what my mom told me anyways. People born in the and I'm wondering if we would have been allowed, would we have been like ambidextrous if we were allowed to just figure it out? Because all of my kids, I didn't teach them which hands to use. They just started doing much. Oh, thank you, Kevin. You are a very cool chick indeed at times. Yes, at times. Oh, I'm a dork. Don't worry about it. All in the perception. Oh, funny. I don't take myself seriously at all. Okay. So here's some beautiful, and I'm going to move back to the orange with my other hand, still my left hand. This is so awkward. I'm like doing the pinky out and everything. I'm like, I don't know how to hold my paintbrush. And I'm just adding some extra oranges wherever. I'm not really caring. Again, I think it's hysterical. Did not like UT. Oh, ew. Yeah. Okay. Still with the orange. And still with the non-dominant hand. So when you're receiving, oops, look, now I got black in it again. Dang it. Oh, Raven. Raven, Raven, Raven. Hi, Cosmic Indigo. Oh, I like that name. I didn't really give my name too much thought when I put it up on YouTube because I didn't even think I would be doing a painting show ever. So you can see this is people will be like, what are they doing? What kind of painting is this? It's we don't give a fuck painting. That's what it is. So welcome to our painting show. You survived with us an hour. Okay, now a little bit more orange, and then we're gonna get to business here with the pink in the non-dominant hand again. I wasn't a fan of orange or of pink too much. This yellow is kind of growing on me. Okay, so I'm back to the pink with I'm gonna do equal colors of all of them on here. I mean, equal smooshes. See, I can't even do a straight line. Doesn't matter. But I am trying to cover it all so it's like not white underneath. I literally feel like a 3-year-old kid right now, trying to control my hand. La, 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 la. It's always nice to make those sounds. And it's working your muscles too. I didn't realize that my arm muscles on my left side. I'm like, wow, I can feel my muscles. Clenching, clenching. Have you guys ever decided, hey, I'm gonna paint this room, and you haven't painted a house for a long time, and then you paint the room and you can't fucking move afterwards? Yeah, me neither. My friend told me. Yeah, worst thing ever. Okay, so I'm gonna do one little bit of shot of pink up here, and on this side with my left hand. I hope you guys are using your left hand. No cheating now. Use your other hand. This isn't supposed to be pretty. This is about using your 5D hand. We're calling it a 5D hand. So kind of smoothing. Oh, fuck, look what I did. Got a big splooge right here. I don't care. I don't care. When you see the med beds come, the med beds, I heard that there was 150,000 of them already made. And I personally, this is just how my brain works. When the last term started with POTUS, because they're in a state of national emergency since not only September 11th, but I think it was 1940 or 50 something. Truman said that there was a state of emergency. They've never gotten out, like the United States never got out of a state of emergency. So when POTUS took office, it is my belief that he had the authority to seize companies to manufacture stuff. And I think a lot of the stuff, the technology and patents that we're going to start seeing coming out, I do know there was a patent release, I think on May 1st of this year that had to do with Tesla's free energy. I think it said 1888 on it. So that would have to do with the med bed. So if, and I heard that I don't even think that they were built in on this planet. So, what I'm thinking is I think in the next week to a month, we're going to hear about a lot of positive stuff, a lot of things that are going to help us. That might not necessarily be the med beds, but there's, I think, going to be a lot of truths being revealed that will help. And that's part of the NESARA. Like these patents being released has to do with free 0 point energy. That in itself, that technology is going to catapult us where we're supposed to be. Instead of like this stuff is caveman stuff. And I've been saying like our cell phones, like these things, this is like 1950s technology. I'm not joking. I've like the more you learn about how technology works, the whole reason we get new ones of these and there's planned obsolescence is a distraction. It's all a consumeristic thing to keep us mentally at a certain spot and controlled. So if we had everything at our fingertips from like 1947, when that crash happened in Roswell, the technology that we would see on this planet could have imploded us before it had a chance. So I think we've had a lot of benevolent help between in the last 70, 80 years as far as technology goes, and then where it's going to happen. So, yes. Oh, Ben Rich said in the 50s, we have the technology to send ET home for sure. So, yeah, okay, so here is my thing with the VAXXs. It's not even in my timeline. I don't even think about them. I did a while ago, but all of these things that you see changing, like, and POTUS having the ability, and through executive orders, he mentioned, or in one of the executive orders from 2018, about they were remediating vaccines. So they were taking out harmful elements and doing more research into it. So in my mind, that's already been fixed. That's the timeline that was fixed a long time ago. So thank you, Luna. I don't really think this is beautiful yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there. So you can go back to your other your dominant hand if you like. And I think most of colors are dry on there. I'm going to start with a different color palette. Then I'm just going to change my water here. Give me 1 second because it's too black. It's a good thing I live in a shoebox. It's only 2 steps to my sink. I do apologize for hopping off there. Good evening, Goose Gun. I love that. Oh, okay. Yeah, I posted a lot of stuff about the med beds on my Telegram, like tons in my Facebook for the last few months. Like I'm talking repeatedly, and so is Shannon. So thank you for resending it. There's a lot of information out there about the crystalline beds. If you guys haven't watched James Rand, um, he does a lot of good YouTubes. I don't even know if you can find him on here. I haven't watched him for a couple of months, but there's a lot of good information in the technology that's off planet. And I do believe that's where the med beds are coming from too. So I think some is being made here, but what I'm really excited is these like hovercraft and type of things. This new way that we're going to be living, I think, is going to be totally different. It's going to be like the Jetsons on acid. So thank you, new schmoo. Exactly. So I'm going to put this green. I'm using neon green now because you know me, I don't just stick to one color or 3. And the green is all about the heart. So it's your heart chakra. And I think about everything green. I like smoking cannabis. Yay. So I'm just going to do little right by the orange. This is kind of watered down. Wash my brush off. And I'm not putting it in any particular place again. Just covering up the white spots and sending all of this 3D life that we had before some love through. I love lime green. If your green is too, like this is too watery, a helpful tip is to mix it with some white paint, a little bit thicker, or put white paint down, and then it'll pop out the colors a little bit better because you can barely see. But that's okay. Again, this isn't about anything other than putting the colors down on canvas. I've never done a painting like this ever in my life. This is a first, so you're welcome. I miss my son's laughter. I miss a lot of them joking around. They would be having lightsaber fights right now if we were doing Christmas and telling stupid jokes. One of the best Christmases I think we ever had was 2 years ago before I left for Costa Rica. We had a family Christmas at my oldest son's house and my oldest son's apartment. And it was so hilarious. We played Cards Against Humanity, and it was like just we were laughing so hard because my one daughter-in-law is from Thailand, and the other daughter-in-law to be, well, their daughter-in-laws to be, I'll just say, my son's partners. Her parents are from Mexico. So it was hysterical. That's all I got to say. And if you don't know what Cards Against Humanities are, it's the rudest game about, it's racist, it's, everything. You cannot take yourself seriously if you play that game at all, ever. It's meant to be like that, and they get people from the LGBT community and all these communities to write their own jokes. So yeah, I'm sure that game won't be something we play in the future, but it was fun for that night. I'm literally just going and finding little pieces of white sticking out, and I'm painting them with this green. That's all I'm doing. And focusing laughter and love on it. Because our new world is all about love. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Like, seriously, you guys, I can't wait. My favorite things, I think, are going to be the replicators for food. Because I don't want to eat animal DNA anymore. I don't. I'm not gonna lie. If I could digest filet mignon, I totally would be eating it friggin' every day if I could afford it. It's delicious. I'm not gonna lie, but I cannot eat it. I have not had filet mignon in I don't know how long. But yeah, in the food replicators, they don't come from animals. It's just gonna be like the cells are gonna align to taste like what we want it to taste, and it'll be healthy and nutritious. And it won't be of animal product. And I think that's gonna be the funniest thing ever. Be like, what would you like it to taste like? Do you guys ever see that movie Spy Kids? If you've seen the movie Spy Kids, they have it on there. They put a little package in there and then they go doo doo doo. It looks like a microwave, and then poof, all of a sudden they have. Or on The Fifth Element, where she puts the chicken in a thing and then all of a sudden another chicken pops out. She makes a chicken, whole roast chicken, and just eats it. I don't really think that they're chickens. It's gonna be like, because it's our consciousness. So if we're using our consciousness to create whatever's in there, then it should react like with our, yeah, so it's just very fascinating. I haven't even smoked that much weed to even think about that. um oh, that's so weird. My grandparents had an apple tree and it only ever gave fruit when we drove a rusty nail in it. Oh wow, that's interesting. Aw. I think you are the apple that fell from the tree and got away and seeded earth somewhere. That's cute. Uh, I think we all have our little planet somewhere else, you know. I think we're all from our avatars have other characters in other dimensions. And yeah, this is not going to stay like this. I know it looks weird right now. Don't worry. Be happy. Do 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 do. This is actually very, very fun for me because I'm honestly, this is probably the least I've ever thought about anything while I was doing it. Like, I mean, as far as what it was going to look like. So I didn't lie. I did not lie. I said, oh, you're eating sacred chocolate. Yum, yum. Um, I did not, I said this painting is not about what it looks like. It's what it's going to make you feel about. I'm really surrendering everything to the love of how I feel right now. Like, where are your emotions? Like, what kind of energy do you want going forward? I really just want happy, sweet vibes. Like, where if we wanted, like, I don't know, a hot chocolate bath, we could have a hot chocolate. Just anything will be possible. Mm. Yeah, I'm having hot chocolate too, but it's not so hot anymore. So, yeah. I love, I bet you if we all if we all believed in that genealogy and ancestry.com, I bet you probably at least 10% of us would be related to each other right here on this channel. That's my guess. What do you guys think? You think we'd be related by blood? and be like, no, I don't know where you came from, Raven. You're like a totally different ET altogether. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is so crazy. I've never done such a funny painting before in my life. I don't even think I did one this crazy when I was like in kindergarten. I would never have done this. But I don't care. And you shouldn't either. So that's why we're here, just like chilling out. Okay, I'm gonna start. Almost all my white is covered up by green love. Green love beams. How is everybody's painting and drawing coming along? And you know I'm gonna leave this here because I'm gonna start doing it again tomorrow morning. I'm gonna work on exactly the same canvas. So in case you only have one, this is gonna be the same one I use tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I have many canvases here, but I think the intention is just to meet for me to do all the energy into one cheap $4 canvas. Okay, there we go. I hope you guys are all coloring or painting. I am so happy. I was gonna turn on some music, but then I would have had to put on my um uh your life again, yes. I would have had to put on a different microphone and da 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 and all this stuff. So I didn't want to do that. Okay, you guys ready for this? So it's probably not going to be what you thought at all, but this is where I get really fun now. We're going to let it dry overnight. I'm just going to turn it back so right side up in my world. I'm going to take my black paint again. Do, do, do. And this is my last layer that I'll do tonight because we're already at 1:17. Not that I care, but I do care. I don't want to keep you too long, but I want to go have a smoke and do some more meditation. So what we're going to do with this black paint now is not take yourself seriously at all. All right? At all. Whoa! What happened, Raven? What are you doing? You're scaring me. It's like Oompa Loompa swirls. This is why we're going to let it dry because I want all this black to be dried for tomorrow. And this is my joy. These are my joy swirls. This is my joy and happy swirls for my new world. How can you take yourself seriously when you're making these funny little swiggles? And they don't have to be in any order at all. Just wherever they belong is where they're going to be. All right? Because we're exactly where we're supposed to be right now, doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing. I think about homes for the homeless in these swirls. I think about how we're going to be healed in these swirls, how everybody's going to have food and shelter, There's going to be so much equality and balance. I ran out of black paint. And you can pick a different brush if you want your black lines to be skinnier. I personally like them when they're like this, because when we work on it again tomorrow, we'll have Did you think I was going to do this? Did you think I was going to go crazy? You thought it was just going to look like an eyeball, a weird little eyeball. Oh, I just have so much love. I think about the drumming we did the other night. I think about how much fun that was. The singing, the poetry. Just think of how many people are going to be able to help everybody when we move forward. We're going to have all the resources, all of the money. That's just energy to me anyways. Money is a form of energy that we've basically been sweat equitying our whole life to get our money back. So kind of looks like beanstalk. Crazy beanstalk. But it is. It's we're working on our new little compartments. You know, we're working on our new little places of storing our happy memories. And even though we're all different, we're kind of working through the same sort of awakenings. So I'm looking forward to all the growth of humanity, just mentally. Can you imagine when the whole world has 5D capability and we're all superpowers? Oh my goodness. It's going to be like flipping baller. I'm going to flip it. That looks kind of groovy. What do you think? What do you think about it? You think this was the way it was going to be? No, I didn't either. Like doing a little something just unexpected. So we keep our serious level at an all-time low. I love listening to paint go. I love it. I love putting paint on canvas, and having no reason for it other than to just let go, surrender it to love and happiness and the high vibes of where your heart is and where your frequency is. So full of happiness. I know you guys are all in love with humanity and being cured again, otherwise your vibes wouldn't be on the same frequency and same channel as mine is right now, because that's pretty much all I think about. I'll look at a homeless person and go, man, I can't wait till you have food and shelter. You know, I'll walk past somebody that can't stand up and can't walk for themselves, and I'll be like, can't wait till you get med beds. Yes, yes. So, we have to remember that our path is never easy. It's never kind. It was never kind before in a lot of places, and that's how come it got us to the spot we're at now. But our reality is shifting. our reality is shifting so quickly that it's gonna be like we'll have all these options, to choose from, and all this place and space to stand in our love and our heart because we won't be worrying about things that we don't need to worry about anymore, like greed and hunger and poverty and all that crap and that who's the best celebrity, like we'll all be our own heroes. I really do believe that. We're going to be our own heroes for sure. So what do you guys think of that vibe so far? I think it looks fun and exciting. I like it. I can be your hero, baby, in my head. You're welcome. All right. I love it. I love how it just organically grew into that. I love it. And you know how I look at all of these swirls, it's all of the energy and stuff returning back to the center. Like we've taken all of this from the exterior and we're bringing it all within, and then we're expanding it again. So, yes, I don't know who is Ali is LOL. Why did I type that? I don't know. Oh, okay. I don't know. I just started reading comments. So, uh, yes, Ali's truth. Oh, okay. Oh, thanks. That looks slick, yo. Yeah, thanks. But yeah, it's supposed to be just fun. So I'm gonna leave it until tomorrow because tomorrow, now that all of our what we've put into it as far as our vibration, and see how small that is now, you can't even tell where that the center of that was. And that's why I said you make it as big as you need to. So yeah, I'm just reading through some of these comments. People talking against other people. Yeah, it is all scare tactics. Cat. I don't know. I think if people aren't doing their inner work right now and they're sitting there blabbing about how crappy someone is, they have not worked through triggers. Period. End of story. That's just me personally. So I have been working through a lot of forgiveness today, um, towards a lot of people and myself. A lot of forgiveness and a lot of transmuting that energy into something that I can be proud to say that, yeah, that took me a lot of work and a lot of thought. Emotions are reactions to stuff. And if we're not reacting to negative things anymore, it makes those emotions that are attached to negative vibrations harder to bust through. So like the anger vibe and that I don't I don't know. I don't I've had a hard time getting angry. I've gotten more frustrated than angry. Like when people are approaching me and yelling at me about shit, about not wearing a mask or whatever, that frustrates me more than it makes me angry. So you have to know that emotion and label it, because some of us don't even know how to label our emotions, right? So they'll just stand there and and they don't know it's because they're coming from a place of uneducation or trauma or whatever. So as soon as you start labeling, acknowledging, and surrounding that in love and light, then you get to a better spot where you're able to transmute that energy a lot easier. And I do think that in 5D land, we are in 5D land now. Our energy is already shifted. We're in a 5D world now. The veil is down. And the veil means that you can see exact people are their true colors right now. This is what the world, their whole lives have been building up to now. So if they haven't been doing the inner self-awareness work, the understanding of yourself, then the road to 5D understanding is a lot harder. It's a lot harder than I think, and um, it'll be a lot harder for people when they don't have a clue on how to do that. So, um, yes, getting confused who to trust. Well, here's my whole thing with who to trust. Actions speak louder than words. Period. What is that person doing? And I had this conversation the other day. I had a friend, and I was very helpful to this friend for a very long time, and I didn't realize that that's just my nature to be very, very helpful. And then when something went south and the friend, uh, it didn't happen that way, like the way that they expected. Um, Another person asked me, well, what does that friend do for you that you keep doing for that friend? And I was like, you're right. You know, you have to find the places within yourself that you have been triggered and you have been, I guess, because there's a big portion of us healers that just enable people constantly over and over again. And we're not doing ourselves any favors, because when we do that, we're not telling them or showing them how to fix themselves. We're just helping. And that's some of the ways, I guess I could just say it about my kids. You can only take your kids so long, um, down your path of truths as a parent, and teach them what you know. But as soon as, they're out on their own and they're adults, I mean, all of the things that you taught them or where you are aren't their perceptions. That's not their perceptions of who you are anymore. So that's what's changing for all of us right now, is we have to have that understanding of what has transpired on the 3D planet, so that we can take our 5D selves into alignment with all of humanity from our heart space. So that's pretty much, with what it's done. So I have been really, the last few weeks and months, I know you have all noticed it because you've noticed it yourselves. Um, your alignment has changed. You're more calm. You're not as agitated. You feel like you're more surrounded in love. I know I do. I don't feel as alone as I did before, even though I've never been really lonely. I love my own company. I do. I love my own company. And I I spend a lot of time by myself. Like, I am by myself pretty much all of the time. There's I don't spend a lot of time socializing with other people. Going to these Walk for Freedom things that I was doing, that's a big social event for me, in Freedom Choir. So, yeah, groovy is a good word. Yes. So yeah, so what we've given everybody in our lives of our healer selves, it's time to turn that to ourselves and treat ourselves like a best friend, and have that understanding of the world is so beautiful, moving forward in love and light. And a lot of the dark vibes that were here were necessary so we could shine so brightly. So that's why I asked everybody at the beginning if you had a good childhood, because I really do firmly believe that the people who have been wounded so severely in their former meat suit life before ascension and the great awakening are the ones that are going to have the earth return back to them tenfold, because we've lived without, we've helped others, we've been hungry. Some of us have been to the food bank, we've lived on the streets, we've lived in 50 homes, we don't have much now. We don't care, because we know that's not what it's necessary to aid humanity. It's love, 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 love. And when you're so generous of heart, it has been easy for us to get hurt before. But I think the generous of heart and the spirit of people now that is coming to life with you guys watching the video or what have you, that generosity of heart in connection to where my frequency is, or why you're watching this, why, because we're all together on the same frequency, that generosity of heart that we all have, the only way that I can explain it and the way I see it with how it is moving forward, it's the rainbow, the end of the rainbow that we have all been searching for. The rainbow is us. And the gold at the end of the rainbow is all of the infinite love and energy that we've had given to us to raise our frequency and vibration, but it's also in the acceptance of that gift and receiving of that gift in our open third eye right now, moving forward. That gift that we've been given of awareness and awakeness and spirituality here in this place and time, that gift is what we're creating bigger and bigger and bigger, and we're realizing in abundance and abundance and abundance. So that pretty soon we're here, and it's expanded so far in an infinite world, and we can see all of that, that now all of these branches of everybody else's say, this is my spot, but this is your spot. We're all coming together to link in this co-creating vortex of love and infinite love, infinite love, infinite abundant love. So I'm just going to end it with saying, I love you guys infinitely and abundantly. Every single soul on this planet, I send out the highest of vibrations, the highest of frequency, the highest of intention for healing humanity, peace on earth, goodwill towards mankind, in the most beautiful heaven on earth. Okay? In the most beautiful heaven on earth. So you touch my hearts as much as I touch yours. So many blessings. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Thank you for helping me create a groovy new painting. And I love you from so much depths of my DNA that I can't even express it other than simply saying, I love you. So thank you. Love you. Have a good night and light and love. And I'll connect with you tomorrow morning, and we'll do some fun painting. We'll take off where we left off. So this is I've got little tears in my eyes. You guys made me cry. So thank you. But tomorrow we'll take off and we'll put all of our love and intention on creating just a beautiful new world filled with so much hope and happiness. So thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the group chat. The Rainbow Connection. I know I love that song. The lovers, the dreamers, and me. Kermit the Frog sang that song too. I love it. So maybe I'll start my show tomorrow by doing the Rainbow Connection. So thank you to the people who thought my hair looked all normal, but my bangs just grew out. I really didn't do anything. But I love you guys. I love you, love you, love you, love you. Oh, you would love to have this painting. Well, Rhonda, it's not going to be done yet, so you can't have it. But I think what I'm going to do is figure out a way that we can, I don't know, put these up for sale or something like that when we're all. So, anyways, light and love to you. Catch you tomorrow. Get your meditations in. Please just, if all you're doing is I surrender to love. I surrender that negative thought to love. I surrender. I surrender. If that's all you're repeating, that is the simplest thing. So I surrender to you. I surrender love to all of you. So highest of intentions, your energy and your love just in abundance. Just your cup is full and it's overflowing and it's okay. Just let it go. Let it all go. So surrender it to love. Thank you so much. Take care.